In this video, we will get more familiar with the options we have in the iOS Settings app, as well as how to find information about your device, such as the capacity and iOS version. This is Nate with Jamf, and welcome to iOS Settings and Device Information. First, we'll open up the Settings app. Here in the Settings app, we can modify parts of our iOS device. By scrolling down, we'll notice all of the settings that can be modified, although for this video, we'll just focus on a few of them. Right at the top, we are able to sign in with an Apple ID if we have not done so already. This allows us to use things like iCloud, iMessage, and download apps from the App Store. If you don't remember your Apple ID, or if you don't have an Apple ID yet, you are able to select Don't Have an Apple ID or Forgot It in order to reset your credentials or create a new account. Back in Settings, we can look at the Wi-Fi networks we are currently connected to, as well as other networks available, by tapping on Wi-Fi. To see some more information about the network to which we are currently connected, tap the I next to the network, and we can see our network information here. To access more information about our iOS device, go to the General tab. Inside General, we have our About section at the top. This will contain the name of the device, as well as some basic information like iOS version, serial number, and capacity. We can customize things like the device name by tapping on the name, tapping the X, and then entering the new name here. When you are done entering the new name, tap Done. To go back to the General tab, tap General in the top left. Here we can look at other things, such as the software update, to see if our iOS device has an update available. Here you can see we're running iOS 13, and anytime there is an iOS update, we'll be able to find it here. This is also the place you are able to turn on automatic software updates if you don't want to have to worry about installing them manually. If you choose to install updates automatically, the device must be charging and connected to Wi-Fi to complete the update. You will receive a notification before updates are installed, and then they will install overnight after they have been downloaded. Next, we can modify settings for the keyboard under General. Here we can see features that are currently turned on, from auto capitalization down to being able to see the shortcut that allows us to double tap the spacebar to insert a period. To turn off one of these settings, slide the toggle. If we ever need to reset a mobile device to its factory settings, we can do that right on the iOS device. First, we'll go into General, then scroll down and tap Reset. We have a few options in here, including resetting all settings or just resetting the network settings. In order to reset to factory settings, we would choose Erase All Content and Settings. Back on the main settings page, let's go down to the display and brightness setting. Here we can adjust the display brightness, adjust the text size, and even change the auto lock setting for how long it takes until a device locks itself automatically. Here we are also able to switch between light and dark mode, depending on your preference. If you would like to switch between both, depending on time of day, go ahead and select the Automatic toggle, which will change to dark mode at sunset and back to light mode at sunrise. Another setting we can go through is accessibility. Apple has long been known for its accessibility features. This allows us to customize certain settings to make the device more accessible, from modifying vision settings to pairing hearing aids with the iOS device. To find out more about Apple's extensive accessibility features, head to www.apple.com/accessibility. To choose a new wallpaper for our device, select Wallpaper. Select Choose a New Wallpaper, and then we can choose one that we would like. From here, we are able to set it as the wallpaper for the lock screen, the home screen, or both. When we cover more about Jamf Pro later on in this course, we'll cover additional settings called Device Management. This will have the MDM profile that is installed when the device is enrolled. That's all for this lesson on iOS settings and device information. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.